So at number 10 we're at Silverstone, where we have had a poor start. Chaos has got ahead of us from that start, so we're getting onto the back of their hair knowing that we're coming onto the hanger straight, so we're hanging back, make sure we get the right line so we're getting better momentum out of the corner. Now we're right behind her in a slipstream, so we shouldn't have a problem, but as soon as you come out of it you lose it, so you're back in. And then as we move over, she does squeeze us a little bit towards the grass, so yeah, it was a bit tight, and at those speeds it definitely felt quite intense, so that's why it's only number 10. At number 9 we're overtaking Dane Christensen. Now this is actually a lapping overtake. Me and James Hill in the blues there. We're coming round the corner, up over the hill, and it's quite blind as you go over, so he's already in the braking zone, so I had to nip round him and then get back onto the racing line on a downhill braking zone whilst trying to keep up with James. Number 8 we're at Donington Park. Now this is right at the beginning of the race start. We're just going around turn 1 here, a little bit of carnage, nearly going into Rob there. Now we're about to overtake Lee. It is his first race here at F1000, so it's a pretty easy move, but we just keep the throttle pinned and trust that we can go down the inside with all that grip. At number 7 we visit Silverstone GP circuit, where I was racing F3 cars at Monoposto, but here I'm overtaking an F1000, so in class battle here. This is Matty, who ended up winning the championship for the 1000cc engines. So as you can see, we're trying to get round him. He had a new engine this weekend, hence why he rocketed off here. So we're getting in the slipstream. The F3 car on the left is actually quite slow here, and this is a bit of a weird one. We managed to go up the inside of Matty, the F3 goes around the outside of him, and then we're side by side. I won't say what happens next, but yeah, enjoyed that overtake. Number 6 was Cadwell Park, a little sneaky move up the inside of Dave Williams in turn 3. So here we are on the main straight, only a couple of laps in, and we just get a lot more momentum through this crazy turn 1. He makes a small mistake and we just kind of sneak up the inside. Not the smartest move, but we pulled it off. Number 5 is Oulton Park, where we managed to overtake James Hills. Now, I stalled it at the start of this, and it took me 9 laps to catch up with him. I made a few overtakes before this, but here we go around Island Bend into Shell Oil Corner, one of the coolest corners in the whole of the UK. So this bank turn here, come flying out of it like a slingshot into this very fast chicane. Now, we know that we've only got 1 or maybe 2 laps remaining, so we've got to get the move done, so we get a better exit up the hill. We line it up. Now going into chicane here, so it's a little bit risky going in late because it's a very tight right-hander. If you watch the hands as we go through it, see what I mean, but good move. Number 4 at Donington Park. Now this overtake is impressive due to the context. Now we're only on lap 1, we're following Mark Betts here, and we're going up cranny curves. And it's what happens after the right-hander that really makes the following overtake pretty impressive. So Mark makes a small mistake here, and we're so close. We managed to avoid it by dabbing the brake, adjusting the steering, but we haven't lost much ground to him. We actually get a better drive around this corner, and I mean, we're that close to him on his bumper at over 100 miles an hour. We're not really going to make a move down here into the chicane. So it's all about the exit out of the chicane. Makes a small mistake and goes wide, so we just go up the inside. Pretty good move considering we nearly went into the back of him 2 corners previously. Number 3 is at Silverstone GP, and it holds a special place in my heart because I overtook a F3 car going out of Copse Corner, legendary corner that Max Verstappen went off at and 50 Gs into the wall. But here we are a few corners before that. We've got Matty in front of us and the F3 car that I'm going to overtake as well. We get a nice little exit here. We're right in the slipstream. We get outside. Of course, we lose it. Matty's got a new engine, so he goes flying off into the distance and actually even overtakes this F3 car going into Copse, which is pretty impressive. Anyways, so we're just lining it up really, and I mean, look how close we get. That was satisfying. At number 2, we're overtaking Dave Williams at Croft, one of my favourite circuits up in Yorkshire. Now the context is he overtook me 2 laps ago, which really wound me up, so this is me trying to gain back a place. And we're following here through the far chicane, and it's a double right-hander here. There's quite a heavy braking zone, and you don't really want to move under braking here, but we still managed to flick it up the inside and get the move done. Pretty happy with that one. And in P1, my favourite overtake of the 2024 season was against Adam Walker at Cadwell Park. Now the reason for this is due to the context again. Now Adam Walker was one of my main rivals for P3 in the Clubman Championship. In this race specifically, I had tried and done this move a couple of times in the last 2 laps, but also he's in P10, and because it's a reverse grid for the second race, if I end up in P10, I get my first pole position for the second race, and Cadwell being like a Monaco, there's a good chance I might end up winning. Quite a daring overtake, very thin track, grass just on the left there, and a tight right-hander. Spoiler alert, I started P2 and I crashed into the wall in the last corner of the last lap.